Hot takes. What are they and why is there so much drama revolving around hot takes? A hot take is a piece of commentary typically produced quickly in response to a recent event whose primary purpose is to attract attention. The way Twitter uses hot takes, especially in the VTubing space though, is often to either A, give a harsh reality and spread awareness to something, or B, push a reaction, whether that's validation from their audience or outrage from others, even if it means oversimplifying or misrepresenting the situation. Hi, my name is Link, and I'm going to talk about hot takes on Twitter and how they can cause a disproportional reaction, being a backlash or glorification. Just like this topic, I want to share with you 2 examples of takes on Twitter so you can get an idea of the definitions I just discussed. An example of hot take A would be like this. Being a content creator means you gotta whip up your own stuff. Your vibe outside of streaming is what sets you apart. Why is this a hot take that is to spread awareness? Well, it's a hot take that spreads awareness because there are some individuals out there in the VTubing space and or community that truly believe buying a $5,000 model will get them to success before ever hitting the go live button. There's also a few other content creators that do copy and paste another more successful content creator, hoping that brings them success as well. So this post is grounded in truth. This isn't to cause outrage, but more so bring awareness to other creators to self-evaluate their content and their own personality, what they bring as a content creator that is different. Now, an example of an outrage hot take would be something like this. This is one of the largest wastes of state resources and taxpayers' income, because I really don't care about slowly killing a convict through 80 years of mandated boredom. But they'll go insane and live with regret until they die of old age. I really don't care. I don't care about the mental state of a public shooter or whatever. I don't really care if they're suffering from institutionalized time out. You know what would be really amazing and just cheaper? Gassing them. So I bet you could see why this is more of an outrage hot take than it is the harsh truth and or reality of the type hot take. The post leans heavily into provoking a reaction first. It's framed as a hot take, but instead of building balanced argument about state spending or justice systems, it jumps straight to an extreme conclusion, which is gassing. It's guaranteed to trigger people emotionally because it's morally and historically charged. The "I really don't care" statement invites 2 strong commenters, people who agree and feel validated by this hot take, or people outraged and compelled to respond. Now that I've shown you 2 examples of how hot takes are used and can be used on the internet, I'll be sharing a hot take with you all, and let's see if you can identify which type of hot take it was. Pay close attention to what is being said here and what the objective of the post is. Is it to outrage or bring awareness to something? Is there an extreme conclusion or is the topic up for debate? After seeing the hot take, please comment A or B for whichever version you thought this was. Hot take. If you're always too tired to stream or to make content or to be consistent, you don't truly love what you're doing and you're expecting something out of it every time. Instead of me answering the question right away, I want you to pay close attention to the post under the hot take and keep it in mind for when we review the quotes and retweets of this particular hot take. Keep in mind that since below it says I've deleted my post, that means most of the retweets and requotes or whatnot have actually been deleted. So we will only be looking at the ones that I found publicly. I will discuss the tweets after we read all 3 of them. Blurring out their name because I'm not giving them exposure on my platform. This is real witch coming from a pre-debut VTuber looking to farm engagement to grow. This is the shittiest hot take I've seen recently. Some people have chronic illnesses or situations that affect their energy levels. I have one. However, thankfully, here I am 5 years later with my hard work to show for it. I show up, I stay consistent, and if I absolutely need downtime, I'll take it. Since when did being exhausted equal you don't love what you do? People like this do not belong in the creator space. In my opinion, literal bug brain. Life is exhausting. VTubing isn't. I work a full-time job, barely scraping by, make ends meet. I would love to stream more if I had more time and if it paid my bills. This is the shittiest take I've ever seen. Hot take? Some of us do this as a side thing and have real jobs outside VTubing or have chronic illness. I'm constantly tired and it affects my mood or outlook on streaming on the regular. Not all of us have the mental state to be on the constant grind set. Burnout is real. After reviewing all these tweets, what do you think is the issue? Was this hot take one that was meant to cause outrage? Or was it one to bring awareness to a certain situation that apparently a lot of people took way too close to heart? After reviewing all these responses, if you thought the hot take was more closer to A, you're probably doubting your answer. If you thought the hot take was closer to B, then these responses probably look like evidence that your answer is right. The truth is, this hot take isn't a hot take. But wait, hold on, how can that be right? Individuals are clearly outraged and calling this take garbage. That's the problem. When you are in a debate and let's say you have a differing opinion from someone, there should always be the idea that you should be respectful when trying to counter someone's take on something, especially when you are in a debate. If you get so angry to the point that you call someone a literal bug brain and or that their idea is just because you say it's then by default you lose the debate. I hate to say it to ya, but that's the truth. The truth is, this hot take isn't a hot take, as I already said. Let me explain. This hot take was actually a harsh reality of content creation and brings awareness to the point that there are common patterns that creators use for inactivity, and lets it be known that a lack of interest might genuinely be the issue. Its purpose is to drive accountability to a creator's mindset and motivation by reflecting on why they're creating content. It's blunt, yes, but it isn't bait and should have never been taken as such. And it's not something that should have been outraged. Yes, it could have been debated more properly. In fact, I think the last retweet was actually a little bit more of a bringing awareness to this hot take and why people may not feel that this hot take is as great as it is. She did not call it a take. She simply explained why she thinks that this is not the best idea, and that is appropriate. So, reasons why the backlash probably happened. 1, because some individuals internalized what they read, either in an attempt to make it relatable to them or in an attempt to counter that idea. 2, because of the bluntness of the statements. Yes, being blunt can sometimes cause way too many problems and actually bring you a lot of hate. But in reality, if you're being truthful about something, you should just stay truthful. The issue here, though, is that the tweets, the original hot take, was a combination of both. Some individuals took this hot take as an attack on their passion for content creation, despite the circumstances that prevent them from being consistent, including chronic illness and or being part of the working class. This wasn't about chronically ill individuals or the working class. It was about the lack of passion creators can sometimes exhibit when they forget why they started creating content in the first place, which is the truth. The outcome of this major backlash for someone being honest and having an opinion about content creation was actually devastating for them. I've deleted my posts. I'm not here to bash on anyone's disability or life circumstances, nor am I here to discredit anyone's hard work and endeavors. Please do find the rest and self-care in the little cracks of time you get in between. I will be stepping away from the platform for a few days to reset from this. I was seen as incapable of making such opinions. I'll come back as a better example. Thank you, and I apologize again. So not only did the backlash from that hot take that was completely taken out of context make them delete it entirely and issue a public apology, but it also came with comments like this. I don't like getting involved in this stuff, but I felt like I have to say it because unfortunately you're going to get traction for your post and not in a positive way, because not everyone is nice, which is true. And also be prepared that many people, especially with chronic illness, will now choose to distance themselves from you, and you haven't even debuted yet. Pay attention to that. You are targeting very vulnerable people, including myself and many people's Oshis. At the end of the day, you don't know our lives, you don't know our struggles, and many of us choose not to talk about it because it hurts so much. Thank you for reflecting and apologizing, but please think about what you say before you say it, because your post was a target towards people whether you intended it to be or not. As someone with a chronic illness that causes random fatigue and chronic migraine and a full-time job, your post was incredibly short-sighted and rude. I hope you learned from the reactions you got, and instead of talking down on others, see the sacrifices they might bring to still show up despite their shortcomings compared to their healthy streamer friends. I'm going to stop right here because if we all looked at the hot take properly, it did not target the working class people, it did not target chronically ill people, and it was not talking down on them either. So this is the issue that comes with creating hot takes and or sitting here sharing an opinion and everyone disagreeing with that said opinion, is that the conclusions that certain people come up with are incorrect and infactual, because it's not what was said in the original poster's hot take. That's not what was said. However, the conclusion that this person came to is what was felt off of reading that. Now, I'm going to read this last tweet. I saw the post before it was removed. As someone with chronic migraines, getting between 1 to 3 weeks worth of migraines a month, it's really hard to keep consistency. It's really hard to keep up sometimes. People who have disabilities or chronic pain already have hard times with normal day-to-day things, and streaming sometimes is an escape. Telling someone that they don't love what they're doing because they can't be consistent can be frustrating, especially to those who have no fault in it. Not to mention those who have jobs. They're exhausted too. They won't be able to keep consistency at all times. It's okay to not be consistent. Everyone has their own reason. It's not about loving it enough. It's not about laziness. Sometimes people simply can't be consistent. I'm glad you took the post down and are willing to learn from it. This is an actual response that should have been said for the hot take. So this response is simply explaining, hey, these are the reasons why we believe that people cannot stay consistent. It could be because they're working. It could be because they're this, that, and the third, which is like chronically ill or having a disability. It could be because of those reasons that there's not so much consistency. However, again, this hot take from the original poster did not target these individuals. This implies that because of the hot take that the original poster created, that chronically ill people will now avoid her taking possible collab partners and impacting her potential career when she does debut. Could this hot take have been written better? Yes, absolutely. Did this person deserve to be witch hunted like she did by the VTubing community? No, she didn't. There was nothing labeling or diminishing the individuals that came after her. This happens often when a person struggles to separate personal experience with things meant to bring self-reflection. It's almost like deflection or projection to a certain degree. And it does happen very often in social media. So with all of this that I brought up to your attention, do you agree with my definition of differences between takes, where one wants to bring awareness to a certain topic and or others wants to push it a reaction normally meant for outrage? And do you think the backlash on this take was deserved? I would like you to comment in the comment section. Also, do let us know if you actually got the answer for what the take was, because that would be wonderful. If you are interested in me covering more topic like this, where people are wrongfully witch hunted and or attacked, please do also leave a comment, like, subscribe, so you can get updates on my new videos. Otherwise than that, I wish everyone to spend positive time with family, friends, pets, and or by yourself if you like being by yourself, because that's entirely okay too. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.